There's a very real difference between being a submissive man and being a nice guy. And I think that that's a huge part of the issue right there. So a nice guy, as an example, is a guy who is going to be passive aggressive. He's going to have covert contracts, which means that he's going to have expectations about how the relationship plays out, but he's not going to voice them or speak them, and the other person isn't going to know what they are. He's not necessarily going to be honest or clear with himself about what his desires are, let alone with her, and there's going to be a lot of resentment. And so a nice guy might be someone who gets walked all over in a relationship, but that's not submission. That's just weakness right there. That's somebody who's not being honest with himself about what he wants. And as a recovering nice guy, because I've been there, done that, I can definitely speak to the reality of what that's like and say that it's very different now, because as a submissive man and as someone who's really in touch with his desires and his truths around submission, I've actually had to speak up more and advocate more for what I want than I ever did before. And in being very clear about what I want, that is what has actually led me to the relationship that I'm in. It's not that I got lucky. It's that I got very clear on what I wanted. I spoke up for it. And I said, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. And she was like, yeah, I can totally do that. And it really turns me on. And that's something that's something I would love to explore with you. But if I hadn't spoken up for it, then there's no way she's going to know that. And I think a huge part of the challenge that some men have around this is that they're not speaking up for what they really want. They might be even afraid to admit it to themselves or to her.